So we waiting on this dude. I am Pookie Shannon Taz to go live 101. I got off work, so I got the live stream link and waiting for this dude to show up. Gab Talk must have deleted the chat box that we had because other than that, I would send him a direct thing, and I can't find him on Google Plus. So we waiting on this dude who says he want to go live, and let's have this live discussion. The whole childishness with a lot of these black dudes got to stop, because these dudes are like the enemy of progress, constantly arguing. This dude got 4 or 5 people that got issues with the dude, and he's so emotional he don't realize that the problem is really him, and that girl is using him as a male hyena to attack other dudes. Every time a dude speaks, this dude wants to attack a dude and not let him talk. It's ridiculous. So anyway, we got the live stream up and we waiting for this dude to pop up. Waiting on Shannon. We waiting on Shannon. Waiting on Shannon to show up. Gab, this is an iron sharpen iron moment. We not going at it. The brother said he wanted to go live. I said I'll be ready after I get off work. I'm back. I'm at my house. And now he got the link. Let's get at it. All right, all right, all right. We waiting, we waiting, we waiting. We waiting, we waiting. Hello, hello, hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, okay. What's up, MOT?
Oh, not much, man. In Lufton, Indiana, trying to see if I can get this contract signed tomorrow.
Oh man, I know that's right, man. Get this money, man. That's what we all about. And you know what? Since we're waiting on dude, he in the chat room. I sent him the link. I can't have the link in there forever, but see the thing I wanted to talk with the dude about is the dude is like a hyena for that particular woman. And it's like anytime somebody try to speak, this dude try to cut him off. This dude try to, and it's like maybe the dude don't understand. Maybe he's the one that's lacking information. You feel me? And you and I, we deal with this stuff on a different level, MOT. But you know, okay, I lost you, MOT. Anyway, so I'll just talk to the chat room. So while we waiting on Shannon slash Taz, here's the thing, man. We brothers, we try very hard to hold this I placed it in the chat room. Do you not see it in the chat room? It's still sitting in the chat room. The same chat room you was just in. All right, I got to go through a lot just to put it in there, but it's in the chat room, dude. This is what I'm saying. There's things that you just don't understand. It's in the chat room, but I got to go through all this extra. Okay, it won't let you in from there. Okay, I'll try another move. Hold on. I'll try it a different way. Research your opinions at Gmail.
Hey,
yeah, you fell off, man.
Yeah. I had to deliberately because I got a phone call coming in. Man,
okay,
man, I wish Gmail would even fix their stuff, man. It's a good product, but man,
what happened?
No, it's like whenever I get an incoming call, it throws me off Google Hangouts.
Well, there's a thing in your settings somewhere where it says, "Do you want that call to go straight to voicemail?" And you got to find out where that is. But there is there is a section in there. I used to sell phones back in the day. There's a section in there. Hold on, I'm trying to get this dude on here. Hold on, MOT. I'm trying to. I gotta do a. I put the link up in the chat room, but it won't let him in. And now I got to go back door and try to get it.
I mean, how come you just can't simply email you?
That's what I'm about to do now. I mean, you know, I don't know how the brother get down. I mean, because he's a very emotional brother.
Like, and I bet he doesn't realize why he was just added to that conversation. Just so he can act just like that.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm glad Amiri woke up. Because you see how Amiri
was the same dude.
Yeah, Amiri was doing the same thing, being used. Amiri was being used, and he didn't recognize that he was being used. And then by the time Amiri woke up, you know, he realized, wait a minute, now that I'm critiquing the females, now it's a problem? Yep. Right. That's what we do. Right.
Yeah, man, that ran out pretty quick.
Yeah, like they was like really upset at that. Like they gave this dude the business because of that, man. I've got to go through all this stuff to try to send this link. But yeah, they gave that dude the business because of that, man. And it was like, wow, really? That's what we doing?
I was like, we got so much mileage out of you, and now you on some different stuff, bro. What's happening?
Well, my thing was this though, is that let me take it out of here's the thing though. I was talking to the ladies at YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And I was asking them, how did somebody hack into a chat? They said, well, there's a key. Enough said on that. So basically, you can't put these links
in the wrong place,
public on the chat in the chat box, because you can't put them publicly in the chat box, because a group of those numbers is actually, when you use them in a certain way, they're actually a key to take over a person's live stream.
And they haven't deleted them yet. Man, these people something else.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing I wanted to say though while I got you here before dude comes. Here's what I want to say before dude comes. See, I think the real problem with a lot of, because it's the same thing we got. Oh, hello.
What up?
All right, is this him?
This who? Me? This me?
It's Shannon? All right, let's get it in. So you wanted to go live and have this discussion. So here's what I stress to you, brother, and I'm going to start off in a polite manner. We all from the hood, all right? We all done been through XYZ. But what you may not realize, because you're new to YouTube, as you have said yourself, there are brothers on here who understand that a lot of these dudes do attack females. And I understand that's your passion, all right? Everybody on YouTube knows who I am, Mr. Research. You may not know me, but everybody else does. And they know that I check dudes like that. But here's what we always get. We always get some brother like yourself who is on a female channel, okay? And he's constantly barking at dudes or trying to stop dudes from talking. We who've been here for a while, I've been around since 07, Taz, we understand that dude is being used. And so what we're saying is, if it's something in a discussion, we're trying to help our people. We're not trying to be right. Maybe we might disagree on information, but we're trying to help our people. The common denominator in all these arguments that are happening is you. And for whatever reason, no, let me just finish, and I'm gonna back up and let you have a mic. For whatever reason, one person, two person, three person, four person, all of them have these issues with Taz, because Taz keeps cutting people off, disrespecting folks, because maybe Taz don't understand the information. And all we saying is fall back and let those people speak so that the audience can get the real information, because it's turning into hate TV. And you're not the only person I say this to. Trust me. O'Shea will tell you, MOT will tell you, Advice Show might even tell you. I've been around for a minute and I've said the same thing to several people, BGS, Cerulean, all of them. We can't go around attacking each other and claim that we're trying to help the community at the same time. At some point in time, when you're in the middle of 4 or 5 fights with 4 or 5 different people and people start giving out addresses and all this other stuff, you got to say, man, maybe the common denominator is me. Maybe I need to fall back. You got the mic, Taz.
Common denominator seems to be, and you're not saying, we're saying it now, you'd be. So you can reel off this list of names of them or what you're talking about. My passion has nothing to do women or being on talking about men. That is not my passion. Assertion is simple, and it shows how silly you are as a person, because again, there's not one instance where you can tell me where either one of the women's. However, when I forms, if the decision to what men look like right now, what is, no, dog, I don't respect some of the show. So if you want to talk about women with blonde hair and shit like that, I think that's corny, dog. I don't agree with weave. I don't think black women should wear weave. I don't like blonde hair. I don't like none of that shit. But I think that shit is so low on the priority list that I think it's corny to mention that and try to check a woman on that, but you can't check one of these niggas on these channels that's broadcasting, because you can say what you're trying to save the community or trying to help the community, but a lot of this shit just looks like bashing the community to me.
Okay. Hey, number one, don't try not to move around too much. Hello? while you're talking, because whatever your connection is, it keeps going in and out. So try not to move around a lot as you're talking. Or if you're driving, that might be another problem too, because MOT has that problem also. So let me address. First of all, I'm not going to.
I'm on my tablet.
Oh, it's all good. Just try not to move it around. First of all, I'm not going to insult you the way you just insulted me, because I was very polite to you. But you see, that's what I'm talking about. You throw out these insults in a polite conversation when it's not even needed. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the hair thing. The hair thing is childish. I go at a couple of people for that nonsense. Saying makeup and weaves, that's not logical. Men are supposed to be logical. Okay? But the problem is we got so many dudes who hate their mama, and I'm just keeping it real. We got so many dudes who hate their mama, Taz, and they trying to get back at their mama. That's where the real problem is. Hey, mute that background though, Taz. So you got a lot of dudes who are angry at chicks because they hate their mom, Taz. That's just what that is. So when you hear all these hair references, when you hear all that, Tommy Sotomayor started that in 2008. We wasn't talking like that prior to that dude coming. And that dude tapped into hate TV. I'm going to hate on these chicks. I'm going to talk about these chicks. That's a guy who grew up in a white area in Georgia and has a white stepfather. All he knows is about being white. The only thing of black about that dude is his face. Now, I know that because I've been around for a while. So what I'm saying to you is, while all what you're saying is true about people who make those type of comments, fuck those dudes. I understand. Fuck those dudes. But when it comes to other conversations, you get into a beef with Irene, you get into a beef with Q Butter. It's like, those are people I can name. And it's like, why is this dude constantly getting into these beefs to where even Irene had to say, hey, I'm not saying that. Calm down. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but I'm not in a beef with or Q Butter. So I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, a beef is when two people are disrespecting each other online and everybody's watching it. Now you say it's not an ongoing beef, like you and I know it from the streets. It's not an ongoing beef. That's correct. But it comes across as I'm just saying this to you, bro. It comes across as you antagonizing people and you don't want these people to speak because you don't understand what they're saying.
No, here, echo, bro.
Here, MOT, is that you? I'm gonna mute myself and let him speak to make sure it ain't no echo.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm mute up.
Yeah, the conversation with Irene was about a topic she was having on her show, and I simply spoke on it, giving my opinion. Other than that, I don't believe there was ever a beef. A disagreement isn't a beef, not for me. And so, although I do understand what you're referring to with her, I've never even had a disagreement with Q Butter. So I don't know why you even said him. You're just throwing names out. And so, although you might be polite, you saying bullshit. And so it's hard to respect that.
Okay, so on YouTube, again, you're new to YouTube. When you're having arguments with people, YouTube, internet considers that beefing. Now, you didn't know that because you're operating on what we know to be beefing, long-term animosity. But on YouTube, they call it beefing when you don't allow the person to speak. You're constantly interrupting. They call that beefing. They call that rumbling. Okay? So just so you are understanding of the community that you're participating in, when you say sharing your opinion, constantly interrupting somebody about the same point over and over and over again, it's not sharing your opinion. That's trying to make sure the other person don't speak. So I understand.
I don't do that.
Oh my God, bro. You don't realize you do that?
I absolutely don't do that.
Okay.
I'm not doing it right now.
No, you're not doing it right now. You're not doing it right now. But you do that. You do that quite often. So my thing for saying to you one-on-one is a lot of this stuff that happens, and it is over there, but I just don't understand the attacking of people, especially other dudes who are not talking about hair and weave, who are not disrespecting people. English dude comes on try to speak. He gets constantly interrupted. It's like, wow, really? Who? Black Ice came on. Okay. He's trying to
I have no idea who that is.
Okay. So my whole thing, you don't know who these people are that I'm naming. In other words, I pay attention when there are conversations being had and not just
right,
over there.
So here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. Like, I hear you, but at the same time, this is why I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about, though. Because as polite as I can be, as cool as I was in speaking on some of these dudes' channels that you're failing to name that I actually did have an issue with, that we did have some back and forth, you're not naming them, but they block me from commenting on their pages. And then they continue to whine and cry about shit I say from their protection of me blocked. So keep in mind, as long as you ain't talking about Angry Man, then don't talk to me. You wasting your fucking time. These niggas talk about me and make videos about me. I don't make videos about these niggas, bruh. I'm not the one out here. I don't wake up the next day and drop a video about a nigga that said some shit about me. I don't give a fuck. But yet you go to this nigga shit, he done made, what, 3 different videos about me, drop my name at will, say whatever the fuck you want to about me. Have you hollered at him about that, my nigga?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, years ago we talked about that. That's how,
about
wait, time out. That's how him and O'Shea fell out. Let me school you on something since you knew. Because you got a valid point. But let me school you on something, and I'm gonna get the mic back to you. There are people on YouTube who are trying to help our people, and there are people on YouTube who are trying to pay rent. Now you understand totally what I'm saying. So going back and forth with anybody in a positive way to try to build and help our people is one thing. Sometimes the rest of us who are busy, like me and MOT, we do our thing. We ain't got time to deal with people who trying to stress and make money off YouTube. We don't deal with those folks because we already know what the business is. But go ahead, Shannon.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying to you is though, I ain't like I'm not going after them on you got me the echo.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, man.
Like, I'm not seeking revenge on dudes, though, is what I'm telling you. They are making videos about me for not bowing down to their ideology. And you're speaking to me on it as if I'm the one with the thousands of subscribers that I'm telling this person is dusty. No, dog, I don't give a fuck about these niggas like that. These niggas made that shit personal. So it's personal. I don't give a fuck, though. You know what I mean? Like, because when I'm speaking, if what I said bothered you, then it must have meant I was talking to you. I generally just talk in general about this YouTube shit because I don't know individuals. I only know what I see. And what I see is a lot of crybaby shit, a lot of whining. That's why I called you out earlier, because I thought that was lame. You could have just got at me and had this conversation. Why I gotta pull up on you in a Google Hangout where you secretly talking about me? That's lame, bruh. You could just holler at me.
So why do you have to come up in the Google Hangout? You was part of that Google Hangout, right?
I don't think so. I got put in there today.
Okay, so you don't understand how it works. So here's another one where you don't understand how it works. Number one, let me agree with you on one thing. All right. These people attacking you personal shit, I totally agree. That shit is silly. But again, some people got to pay rent with this YouTube shit, and you need to understand that part of the game. Some motherfuckers don't deserve for Taz to respond back to them niggas because them niggas got to pay bills with this YouTube shit. All right? No, that's real talk. Hopefully you can absorb it because there's a lot.
Hopefully them niggas will bow down and realize they got to pay rent and they shut the fuck up talking to me. That's what I'm hopeful of.
So I'm gonna agree with you on that part. The other part I'm agree with you that you didn't touch on is if you notice with dudes, there's a lot of cliques of dudes who ain't moving on shit, ain't saying shit, and ain't doing shit. It's just eternal talking. So FYI on that, if somebody else pulling you into some other shit, because there's a lot of these dudes, they've been up and running for 4 years. They ain't created no movie. They ain't produced no, they ain't hiring other black men. And I'm just talking black men only. They ain't doing none of that shit. The way I disagree with my issue with you is that when someone I've tried to speak with you through chat room, never on the one-on-one. I never had your direct connect. All right. And when I said what I said in the chat box, it was mostly toward the hate porn that goes on over on her channel. To me, to the rest of us, to a lot of us, I won't say the rest of us, getting attention from hate is what Tommy does. It doesn't mean that everybody is black on Tommy's page. There's a lot of white people that tune in to see hate. So when we sit up here, the more intellectual brothers, we sit up here and say, hey, chill out on all that hate. It takes a lot for us to go to Jada Black, Tito, other cats and say, man, stop making videos against black female. It takes a lot for us to do that as brothers. What we don't need on the lady side, the constant attack toward brothers, and then for whatever reason, the perception is Taz is attacking brothers too. Now, I understand you got valid reasons toward that other demographic I agree with. But we got cats over here like, damn, why is this dude constantly, god damn? And it's like, man, I even tried to, like me and you talked about, we didn't talk directly, but we talked about private jails, all right? And you thought that a federal institution is the same thing as a state institution. They're two totally different things. But in your view, you felt that since Obama created a federal institution to hold immigrants, therefore that's a private jail. I got called all type of motherfuckers. I got called type of, you know what I'm saying? So that's my personal thing. It's like just hopefully we leave from this conversation knowing that we want to talk with you, Taz, but a lot of times it's like don't lump us in with them other cats that's trying to pay rent. That's all I'm saying.
But you referring to your intellectual. Now you referring to yourself as intellectual, but then you go on to speak on a conversation that I do remember. So within that conversation, the only thing I was trying to get you to understand was you made the statement that Obama's administration wasn't supporting private prisons anymore. I only told you that a private prison was built under his administration. You went on to try to make a further point of who was housed in that private prison, which is a separate issue. See, and that's what y'all do, and that's why I call y'all niggas names, because you think you're an intellectual, but you're not talking to one of these dudes you usually talk to. I'm not them. I hear everything you're saying as you think I don't. And so when you sit here and you refer to a conversation that I distinctly remember you saying that he stopped funding federal prisons, and I told you, no, he just had one built before he left. That was the point in contention. The next point you would have tried to make would have been a separate conversation about who was housed there. But you chose to take that part of it that you think I didn't know and say what I don't know and consider yourself more intellectual than me. And that's where you fall short at. And so when you ask me, why do I attack people and I'm a part of a hate porn, it's because if you listen to this playback, you refer to yourselves as the more intellectual brothers. And not only do I not agree with you that you're more intellectual, but then you'll go on to prove it in a conversation like this with me, a nigga that'll pull that shit out. And so I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I'm gonna talk to you the same way I would talk to you on their channel. I don't give a fuck how many people watching. I don't give a fuck who hear it. This is me talking to you as a man. And if you hate or hurt or any of that by what I'm saying, that's on you, dog. I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with none of the niggas I'm talking about. I do have a problem with what they do, though.
Okay, true. But you just misquoted. So this is where the problem is. Let's dig into it. And dude, I don't have no hate for you. It's just I feel like your I don't give a fuck attitude is not nothing we can build with as black people. But that's neither here, and that's the only reason I'm having this conversation is because that I don't give a fuck attitude. We can't go to war with supremacy with dudes with that type of thought process. But
I'm already at war with supremacy.
But here's the thing. The topic was that Obama didn't do nothing for black folks. That was the topic. That was the topic of our discussion where I was in the chat and you was on her panel.
Right.
I said Obama did do something. He defunded private prisons, which helped black people, because what you may not understand is city council has contracts with these private prisons to arrest poor people and stuff them in private prisons. But you may not understand the difference between a private prison and an institution. So you said, look at the Washington Post, Obama did build a prison. That's what you said. I said in the chat, no, that's not a prison. That's an ICE facility. Two totally different things. So when you say that I'm not an intellectual, I just proved that I am, because you're saying something totally different than what the conversation is. I'm going to let you get the mic. Let me just say this. An ICE facility, brother, everybody will tell you that. Go to a cop. An ICE facility is a federal institution. It is not a state prison. And if Obama created a ICE facility,
what are you talking about?
See, that's the problem. You got limited information. You don't even understand what I'm saying.
The problem is you're painting your own narratives. That's the problem. The problem is you sitting here painting your own narrative. My nigga, I was in a state fucking institution. My nigga is in a federal institution. For you to sit on here and assume that I don't know because you can't apply what I told you is your fault. I never told you that ICE facilities aren't private prisons. I told you that Barack Obama
that is what you said.
Private prison on his way out the door, and he did. That's a CCA facility. It's a private prison. No matter how much sugar you try to put on top of it, it's a private prison.
You said Obama built one on the way out, and you pointed to the Washington Post about an ICE facility. So now you're saying that you know different.
The Washington Post didn't call it an ICE facility. They called it a private prison.
It said ICE facility. I read the link you gave me. It said ICE facility. But okay.
Okay, so I can pull it up right now and read it to you.
Here's a question for you. Go ahead, brother.
In the interest of being of intellectualism, I can pull up the article right now and we'll see if it's a private prison or ICE facility. Okay.
Please do.
All right. I'll do that. And you should look it up too, just so you can verify.
Let's get at it, because you know it's all about like I said, I'm not into all the insults. I know I'm not into that. Let's just get to the information for the sake of the people.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. The information is generally that y'all niggas call yourselves intellectuals, but you're not.
There you go, back to the insults. Back to the insults ain't necessary. We're trying to build here.
Right. Well,
when we try to build, you may feel I'm bullshit. I get that. You said that 7 times. You feel that I'm bullshit. That's not how we build with the constant insults. Just show. Right, let's get to the information.
But you had already insulted me, bro. Like the door was open, but it's cool, man.
I never called you out your name. Your name.
But see, it's more insult than name calling, bro. There's more to
brother, come on, man. That's not a good move. If you saying I've insulted you, I would like to know where. Please quote it.
You said the more intellectual brothers.
And you call that an insult? If I say the more
gangster,
wait. If I say you more gangster than me, how the hell do I feel insulted? If I say you more buff than me,
I would feel insulted.
How the hell do I feel insulted?
I would feel insulted if you did that.
Oh my brother, if you feel insulted by that, there's a long road to go, brother, because you're not supposed to feel insulted.
It's an insult, bro. It's an insult. I mean, you can try to say it's not, but
all right. So I remember you said it was August 14, 2018.
2016.
Okay.
Right. So it says, as Central Americans surged across the U.S. border 2 years ago, the Obama administration skipped the standard bidding process and agreed to a deal that offered generous terms to Corrections Corporation of America, the nation's largest prison company, to build a massive detention facility for women and children seeking asylum. So is that or is that not the private prison company?
Is CCA a private prison company?
It absolutely is. That's who holds the biggest contracts.
Okay, that's so that's the company who holds the biggest contracts on private prisons. Okay. Company Taz does not mean it is a private. Black people view private prisons is the prison system that is there to incarcerate us so that they can make money off us. An ICE facility. Now, I'm gonna be real. Technically, because you're saying the company, a company that builds toys, built an actual car. So because they built the actual car, I'm supposed to consider that car also a toy. That's not how it works. They said it's for immigration. That's ICE. Just because the company built it, Shannon, does not. Oh, I'm sorry, Taz. Does not mean that it is considered a private jail. A private jail, by definition, is those that have county contracts and city contracts to arrest people, primarily the poor citizens, and try to get transfer of wealth from us black folks into their pockets. Back in the day, you didn't get arrested for not having no insurance on your car. You didn't get. Now, because of private prisons, they do after our people. So you're talking about the fact that the company normally does private prisons, but this actual thing that you just quoted yourself said immigration. So I'm going to say agree to disagree, because you see it as a private prison only because the company built it, but it specifically said immigration. But go ahead, brother. You got the word.
Right. CCA builds private prisons. So,
but not
considering that there's right. So since there's a surge at the border and they need to house people there now, once that surge is over, do you think that that's no longer, you think that's going to be a homeless shelter?
No, it's going to be an ICE facility, because ICE is a totally different department, brother. This is what I'm trying to share with you.
Okay,
you may have been no, the company is not. You're right about the company.
The company builds private prisons. That's what they do.
You're right. The company builds private prisons. You're absolutely right. But what we're trying to share, brother, is that just because a company normally builds a private prison does not mean that ICE facility, which the Washington Post said is immigration for women and children, is a private prison. That's not what the definition is. Private prisons, brother.
Prison?
That's not serious? That's not, brother.
Okay, if you read into fucking CCA, you'll see that CCA runs like 60 facilities. So,
brother,
again,
I totally understand.
No, dog. The problem is that you thought I didn't know the difference between a state, a federal, and an ICE.
You still don't.
No, I absolutely do. You don't get that CCA builds private prisons private prisons encompasses this entire concept.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the chat room is like the chat room even saying you don't understand. All right. So
right. So but maybe the chat room doesn't understand that CCA runs 60 facilities. So within those 60,
I will agree. 60.
Right. So let me finish my point, because you don't get it. You think you know what I'm saying, but you clearly don't. Out of those 60 facilities, they don't break them down until you go in and break them down. So they are all privately owned by CCA, the largest holder of private prisons. 14 federal, 34 state, 9 ICE. So yes, it is absolutely a private prison. I didn't never compare it to blacks. I didn't say no black people was going to be housed there. I didn't compare it to the mass incarceration rate. I didn't say anything to do with who would be there. All I told you was that Obama built it with CCA, the private prison company, when you tried to say he defunded private prisons. If he defunded private prisons, why is money going to the largest private prison supplier? That should have been the point. But instead of you answering the question, you move the goalpost. And that's what y'all do. But you can't do it to me.
Okay. Again, the way I'm looking at it, I understand you saying it's because the company built prior private prisons, but in the black community, when we trying to reach solutions, we look at private prisons as what's going against us. And the fact that you didn't include black folks means that you're just looking at the topic as you understand it. I'm not going to knock you for that. MOT, what are your thoughts on what me and Taz are talking about?
I'm looking at it in totality. I'm not looking at it as I understand it. I mean, you would have to understand that first, the assertion you laid out that I didn't know the difference between the feds and the penitentiary I was in was wrong. I mean, you have to first acknowledge that before we can even get into what you or your chat room thought. You don't.
Okay. All right. Let's acknowledge that. I never said that feds don't have jails. I said a federal facility is different from a state facility, and most private prisons are state facilities. You said you was in a private prison that was fed, right?
No.
Well, I'm confused. I could have sworn that's what you said, because
but that's because you're a moron.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask this question before MOT comes in. I said that private prisons are normally state. Do you know of any private prison that's federal?
Yes.
Name one.
It's 14 of them. Do I need to go do the fucking research for you? I don't have to name them. I know they exist. It's 14.
And that's the problem, brother. That's the problem. You feel they exist.
The problem is you continue to try to move the goalposts. You asked me, do I know of any?
You a direct question, brother, but okay.
14 of them.
All right.
You said, do I know of any? Yes, there are 14 of them. Now you want me
to I asked you to name one. I asked you to name one. I didn't ask you to
name one. Name one for what? There's 14 of them. What is your point?
There's 14 of them, but Taz can't name one.
I don't need to name one. That's what.
No. We in a discussion, and you saying I'm not the intellectual. You're intellectual. Name one.
I don't have to. You're trying to move the goalposts. You can't.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect the fact you cannot name one, but you believe there's 14. I get that.
I know there's 14. Do you need me to do the research for that again? Like I just had to show you.
You're the one making the statement. You should know the research.
I just told you it's 14 of them.
Okay. I'm going to believe you said it's 14 because Taz said it's 14, even though Taz can't name 14.
Ask your chat. Since you like referring to your chat, ask your chat to look it up. Ask your chat to do
No. Look, as an intellectual that you said that I'm not, when you make a statement to our people that there are 14 private prisons that are federal, you should be able to quote one of those 14 to our people. If you're not trying to help our people and you just making 14 statements because you feel emotionally feel that it's 14, how are you helping our people? You making a speech to our people, but you not giving our people source information. That's what being an intellectual is, being able to give source information. But you got the last word. Go ahead, brother, before MOT comes in.
Right. And what I'm telling you and my people is there isn't a source that's not going to tell you there are 14 privately ran fucking prisons by CCA. They're not.
We
And
said
so,
federal.
not
Federal. We talking federal, not just prisons in general. Federal.
Right. Federal. There's 34 state, 14 federal. So again, because you don't want to do the research and the footwork on what you're trying to argue about, that's not my fault. I'm telling you what it is because it is that way. If you want to dispute it, go look it up. That's what an intellectual would do. He wouldn't try to dispute it without knowing the facts first. Because evidently, again, you entered this conversation assuming I didn't know the difference between a federal joint and the one I was in. That's where you fucked up at, but you won't even be honest about that. You're a fucking moron.
Name calling again. Hey, look, I'm not emotional. I'm not going to name call you because in the hood I grew up in, only women call people names. But go ahead.
I grew up in, niggas don't say stupid shit when they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
You don't get emotional, brother. That's what ladies do. MOT, you got any thoughts on what me and the brothers talking about?
Stupid shit. Your stupid ass talking about I was beefing with Q Butter, nigga. You a dumb nigga. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And whoever the fuck in your chat room agree with you, they dumb too, nigga.
I hear you. You just a person we can't build with. We got to keep you on the women's side because you do a lot of women's stuff.
Women's stuff is saying I beef with a nigga I ain't never beef with. Wendy Williams ass nigga. I ain't never beef with no fucking Q Butter. Clown ass nigga. You the one put that shit on the airwaves. Fuck boy, I ain't never said shit about you. I don't know you.
I said people you had an argument with on.
I never had an argument with Q Butter, nigga. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Never even had an argument with the man. Not once.
All right. Okay. Hey, MOT, what are your thoughts on what we're discussing?
Oh, it's just that, it's just a game of semantics. It's I don't know. Just all turn out to be waste of time, really. But
hold on for a minute, and I just want to quote. Hold on, MOT. I just want to say this.
If you
Nyla is in
somebody else, nigga, hell yes, a motherfucking waste of time. You can't make me be nobody else, nigga. The fuck?
Nyla is in the chat room. We don't block
the chat room.
No, I'm not talking to. Calm down. Stop being so emotional. Calm down.
I'm not emotional, nigga. I don't give a fuck about her.
Jesus
bro,
Christ.
You niggas the one talking about these women.
Y'all care about these women. Earlier, like, come on, man.
Come on, calm down, brother.
Women.
Calm down for a second. God, you've been hanging around the ladies too much. Nyla is in our chat room. We don't block Nyla. Now, Nyla will block you if you go on her shit or one of her mods will. But one thing we're not going to do, we're not going to block her. We're not going to insult her. So let's let her get her thing in, whatever she want to say over there. Go ahead and finish up, MOT, and we're going to let Taz have the last word before we bow out because Taz, he said what he needed to say, and we good. What are your thoughts, MOT? And then Taz going to have the last word.
At the end of the day, man, we just have to be able to do this in a better way, man. Like, it shouldn't come to constant name calling and insults. Like, dude, we came here to have an intellectual discussion about a very simple issue.
After you was talking about me in the fucking chat box, after you was running your fucking mouth about me, nigga, the fuck you mean? Now you want to have an intellectual discussion? Come to me first. Okay. Nigga. Don't make me pull up on a scene where you talking about me. Come to me. You niggas hoes, bro. Calling somebody emotional, but you up at 9 in the morning talking about me.
Listen,
nigga, you
listen. Fuck. Is this what makes you look hard on your block, man? Because you don't look that hard.
I'm trying to look hard. I can't believe you niggas talking about a nigga at 9 a.m. You talking about me at 9 in the morning, but I'm the problem.
Listen, I gave an observation off of what I saw.
I never even talked to you.
The truth may sound like an insult. The truth may sound like an insult because you're not used to hearing it.
I've never talked to you. Who the fuck are you?
Dude, you added yourself to the conversation and ran your fucking mouth.
Who? You were talking about me. Who are you?
Dude, I gave an observation on the situation. I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about.
Here's my observation on you. You wake up at 9 in the morning talking about niggas, you a bitch. There's my observation of you. So we should be even. But you got to cry about what I did about you.
Yeah. Call me one of those.
I don't give a
like, dude.
That shit don't define who you are as a man. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You're a bitch.
I know, but guess what? To so-called hardcore stupid motherfuckers like you, all you got is your mouth.
I'm not hardcore.
What have you built?
I'm not hardcore.
You trying to sound like it?
I'm not hardcore. That's just your perception.
How many black dudes do you employ?
You a bitch, nigga. So you perceive me as hardcore. I'm near hardcore, dog. I'm not even close to hardcore. I ain't nowhere near what I used to be, bro. I'm a father now, dog. I'm not hardcore.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think what is?
Are you forgetting your own statements?
Motherfucker, I asked you, what are you asking a question about? I ain't forgot shit. What are you asking me about?
Hey, man. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. This dude's going to join everybody's shit and going to expect to be kept up to date with the shit that he say. I ain't got time for that type of shit.
Right.
These are your words, man.
All right, man. Tomorrow we'll check you out later. Nagone, did you want to say something before Taz finishes off his last piece?
No, I just kind of came in, kind of checked in a little bit on the convo, because I got the invite. I was on with Obsidian. I just wanted to kind of, if anyone could bring me up to speed very quickly.
No, let me ask you a side
I'll bring
question.
you up to speed, bro. Niggas was talking shit about me in the Google Hangout, and I pulled up on that shit.
When talking shit about
like they want to have intellectual.
Now
they want to have an intellectual.
Hey, MOT, let him speak. MOT, let him speak, man. We don't do that Nyla stuff.
Niggas is in the motherfucking Google Hangout talking about another man. When that man shows up, like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Now you want to have an intellectual conversation. That's not how it works. You niggas ain't even apologize for fucking whispering, sneak dissing like bitches. Apologize, nigga, if you want some respect. You did some bitch shit.
I don't apologize for men. I don't apologize.
So shut your bitch ass up.
Observation.
Right, and my observation is you are a bitch.
Thank you.
All right. Q, you want?
Oh yeah. Okay. So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because Taz is gonna finish out. Hey, MOT, don't say nothing. Let Taz, because we don't want to make it like their show over there where we don't let guests speak, because Taz got every right to feel how he got to feel, right. And we're not gonna do that. Let him speak.
I don't feel shit, bro. I feel like you shouldn't have been talking about me if you ain't want no smoke.
What did I say about you? What did I say about you, Taz?
Do I need to go? I don't remember.
Taz, you should know. You just made the statement. Once again, you're making a statement. You should know what I said about you. What did I say about you?
You running your fucking mouth. Do I need to go pull it up and read it? I don't.
Again, I'm asking, what did you say about it for the third? What did I say about you for the third time?
I don't care what you said. You said too much and included my name in it.
There we go. You said I said something, but you have no evidence. Okay. Anyway,
I don't have no evidence.
It's different. It's different when you're talking with other men, Taz. It's different. It's totally different, brother.
Let me show you some evidence. Let me show you some other.
You was just added to the conversation and you just went ham this morning. That's what happened.
Nagone.
Good.
Somebody got in your ear.
Me, you,
and you just went totally berserk.
Hold on, MOT. Don't antagonize that brother like that. Don't do that, MOT. This ain't the Nyla show. We don't.
I mean the energy, the energy.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What is your interpretation of a private jail? I might be wrong. So since you just came in, you give me
a private jail.
Mm-hmm. The Bill Clinton private jails.
Oh man, those are fucking nightmares, bro. I mean, I think Obama came in and tried to shut a lot of that shit down, man. Those are
The
jails for
brother said
profit.
The brother said Obama didn't shut it down, that he created an ICE facility. And because that ICE facility was created by a company that normally makes private jail, therefore the ICE facility is a private jail because the company.
You're going to keep misrepresenting what I said, too. That's why I call you a business.
So you're a businessman like I'm a businessman, MOT a businessman. Does that make sense what the brother said? Just because a company that makes private jails made an ICE facility, that therefore the ICE facility is a private jail? I might be wrong.
Is the ICE facility itself a private jail if they made an ICE facility? No, I wouldn't say that, but
because private company can build stuff for federal and local and local stuff. That doesn't mean that it was intentionally for that purpose.
Well, we all do contracts. Taz, I don't know what Taz does, but we all do contracts, and nobody understands what Taz is talking about. But I thought maybe Nagone Negron has corrected me on quite a few things. MOT, you corrected me on stuff, and we've corrected each other politely without calling each other names. But I thought maybe Taz understood, but Taz said there are 14 federal prisons that are privately owned, but he can't name one, Nagone. I don't. Okay. But he says there's 14, and we're supposed to believe.
Does that negate the fact? Does that negate the fact?
Yes, it does, Taz, because you don't have evidence.
Okay. All right.
Taz, you're supposed to be logical.
As long as they don't exist now, because I can't name one of them. As long as they don't exist now, that's great. That's intellectual.
Come on, Taz. You're supposed to be logical.
There are 14 of them. Me not naming one. That's your argument.
Anytime you make it, if you say there are 14 hoes on the street on the track and they work for Slim J, you need to be able to point to one of them. Don't have nobody walk down the block and be like, I don't see no hoes. What is Taz talking about? Man, there's 14 over there.
Well, I haven't heard you dispute that actual fact. You asked that nigga some shit I never
did. Said. I said private jails are normally state facilities. They're not federal.
How many federal penitentiaries do CCA own is the question.
Let me go look, man. Golly, you making a statement and don't even know this stuff. But go ahead, Taz. While I look, you got the mic.
I already told you it was 14. Instead of you acknowledging that you didn't know that, you pushed the goalpost to name one. I don't need to name one. The fact remains that when CCA builds a facility, it's considered to be a private prison because you want to put the ICE facility over top of the company. That's your problem. The largest private prison company built a private prison facility for Barack Obama, which was the point. You can change it to whatever you want to. Like I said, y'all fraudulent because now you're sitting here pretending like you didn't speak about me in this chat room earlier. She highlight Pookie, who pushes nothing but negativity and is very disrespectful to her people. And then they come on Gab Media and pretend like they don't know why it's happening. And she claims it's other people and not her. Can't move forward with people like that who don't want to admit they are the problem. So you're talking about me. So
what did I say?
You said I insulted. Wait, no, everybody. You said I insulted you. You didn't say I wasn't talking about. Of course I mentioned you. You said I insulted you. I said, where did I insult you?
Her channel pushes negativity. She highlight Pookie, who pushes nothing but negativity. And
you do.
Then you went on to say they come on Gab Talk. Then you said it's other people and not her. They are the problem. So you're talking about me negatively.
And you call that, you sound like Tommy Sotomayor right now. He used to say that all the time. Just because somebody talks about a topic, you feel that you being insulted. I feel you make statements that are disrespectful. You make statements that are detrimental to black people. Me saying that ain't calling you a name. You done called me about 4 or 5 names up here since we've been on here. I ain't called you one. But go ahead, brother.
And I wasn't there. You called me negative twice and I wasn't there. Then you said we can't move forward. Then you said they are the problem, meaning me and her. So when she put me in there and I said I said I know exactly what's happening.
So wait. So she put you in there. So she went and got you.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't she?
Yep. You don't even know it. You don't even know it.
Go ahead, Taz. You got the mic.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
I was talking about her. You kept saying her, she, in the paragraph you just quoted. You said her, she, and I said, and you make negative statements. Saying that you make negative statements, Miss Brother, is not calling you out your name.
Yeah. Hey, Taz. In all honesty,
Jesus Christ, man. Somebody
hold on a second.
Twice, bitch ass nigga. Now you're insulting my intelligence.
Wait a minute, hold on. Now you calling me a bitch over the keyboard. Golly, man. Who raised you?
Hold on a second.
That's what you was doing. You can't even admit this is what you was doing. You sitting here trying to make excuses for talking shit. At least admit you was doing it.
Did he mention you specifically? Because he may not have mentioned you specifically.
He said my name and then went on to say they.
He mentioned you. I see. I didn't see anything where he mentioned your name.
But I'm sure you did.
And he acted just like he's acting right now.
No, Nagone. I admit, I was talking about her channel and how she creates this hate porn. Because you know, Nagone, it took a lot for us to get rid of the last people who was creating all that hate porn.
Yeah.
So how she creates hate porn.
There was a lot of hate.
And I said she has this dude, I Am Pookie. So I did mention this dude, I Am Pookie, who speaks nothing but negativity. He feels because I said negativity and the word people and they, he felt he was disrespected.
Is Taz? Hey Taz, is Taz I Am Pookie? Are you I Am Pookie?
Yeah, he's the same person.
I originally named my channel that because some motherfucker was calling me that shit.
Okay.
So I named my channel that at first. Then I just named my channel after myself. But I want to get into this hate porn shit before you run.
Okay, Taz. Okay. I got you.
I need to get into this hate porn shit because let's make something clear. As long as you ain't out here talking about Angry Man doing shows and calling it hate porn, as long as you ain't talking about O'Shea doing hate porn, as long as you ain't talking about MOT being on panels, that could be considered hate porn. You can't say shit to me, and you shouldn't be saying shit to her. Like, I don't understand how y'all think y'all can go and check females, but ain't saying shit. This AM1 nigga, I see him on Nyla's shit all the time talking about how negative it is, but then he's over there celebrating with the bashing of Cynthia G. That's hypocritical as fuck. That's why I call niggas lame.
So let me ask this question because you know what, I'm gonna go into question mode because I want my people to learn from this whole thing here. So you feel that us saying to Cynthia G, stop focusing on us. You feel that we shouldn't do that?
No, I feel like y'all should do that all day long. And the chat box was full of motherfuckers talking about weaves and wigs, and the conversation about what she actually says that I've openly disagreed with every time is it should be the topic, but it's not the topic.
Well, at least you on that. Well, here's how we feel about the comment section who disrespects people. Anytime I rarely do hangouts. If I did hangouts 2-3 times a day, that darn channel would blow up because it goes off watch time. When she starts talking about views, there's no such thing as views. That's a term
I don't care about what she say though, bro.
Let me finish because I let you speak. There's no thing on views. It's all about watch time. So the whole point is that when we do hangouts, we make an effort to, because we're trying to help our people. We try to let good comments come through, most of us. And most of us block bad comments. It gets to the point where when it comes to these young 24, 22-year-old dudes that hang out on female channels, those are not men. Those are young boys who hate their mama, like I said to you when you first came on. Young boys who hate their mama, and they find pleasure in attacking females. I think that's bullshit too. So if that's the point, I totally agree with you on that, because a lot of these young dudes are so upset on constantly being attacked on the internet. Now, brother, when I came on YouTube in 07, wasn't no brothers attacking sisters. Sisters was going out of their way to attack brothers. Sisters was going out of their way to attack females who loved brothers. That's where the real problem is. And every time BGS squashes the gender war, I squash the gender war, or O'Shea squash, anytime we squash the gender war, it always riles up with some lady like a Cynthia G who wants to insult us. But let me ask you this question, because I want to get off me and you. I want to talk about your thoughts on our Black community. Do you think that, and I'm going to ask everybody this so that way it don't feel like no attack on Taz. Do you feel, Taz, that men should be having men discussions about supremacy? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to help our sons and daughters. And should women be focused on women about white woman supremacy? Do you think women should be focused on women about white woman supremacy, or constantly talking about black men and black men in the comment section?
I feel like men should worry about men and women should worry about women. And I understand that women will worry about the men, but what you're referring to, echo, bro.
Okay, sorry about that. Keep forgetting that. Go ahead.
But what you're referring to as far as like bashing men, I don't agree with that shit. Although I think we supposed to shrug that shit off. And so to me, the problem comes in when niggas complain about a Cynthia G, because I don't feel like Cynthia G's words should have an effect on you. And so when I say that, I'm referring specifically to that. It's not about her. It would be any woman saying that and me questioning why you're validating her statement about what male leadership is. Why is it so important to engage her about what male leadership is? I don't think it is. I don't think it's important to address her.
Okay. So I'm going to say mine, and then I'm going to go to Nagone. And MOT, keep it peaceful, bro. But I'm going to go to Nagone after I finish mine. My thing is this, man. Taz, we try so hard to bring our people up from struggle to be able to do something against supremacy. Many times, me myself, I go out of my way to try to pull brothers into the hiring situations. I started this counseling thing because I got a certification for it. Information Man is a certified counselor as well, and we try to help brothers in their day-to-day life and what have you. That stuff is hard work. So my thing is, anytime anybody comes in, Facebook, Instagram, and they just bash our people, people got to understand it's white folks watching this nonsense. And even though you may feel like we shouldn't address that hate, what I call hate porn, just constantly insulting each other for 2-3 hours and nobody's letting people speak, that stuff to me is detrimental to what we trying to do. Now, y'all got every right to do it, because we going to have this conversation and then we're done. But
does that happen, though?
It happens all the time, bro. But I'm not going to go there. I don't want it to turn into that, bro. It just happens all the time, brother. And it's sad. It's sad because what you may not understand is, just like with Tommy Sotomayor, he built that on black hate. He built that on, he's the one that started talking about weaves and makeup and all that type of stuff way back in 08, 09. And the dudes, the young dudes who hate their mothers, those are the dudes who sat up here and tapped into that. And he started making money off that. Tommy don't have a house to live in. Tommy lives in and out of cars. But what he's tapped into is how to profit off hate. And when she is over there talking about, look at my channel, look at my growth, lady, it's mostly because y'all over there insulting each other. And y'all
so you can't stop him. You can't stop Tommy, but you're gonna stop her. That's bitch shit.
No. Did I say anything about stop? I can't. Didn't I just say you have every right to do what y'all do over there?
But that's what this is about, bro. You call it hate porn.
It is, just like Tommy. Don't you think we sat up here and said the same? Don't you think we've had this same type of conversation with Tommy over and over again?
Who has she bashed anyway? I don't even recall being on her shit bashing nobody. Who has she bashed? I was on a panel about black fatherhood on her show, dog. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like the narrative you laying out about hate porn applies to these niggas you ain't talking about. You can't even give me a fucking hate porn topic she put up. What's hate porn about? Asking about the gender war. I mean, that's all. Because with Cynthia G, I get it. I understand, but with Nyla, what is
so I'm gonna say it for the 5th time. Are you listening? It has nothing to do with titles. That's something you brought up. That's nothing I said. It has to do with over there insulting each other and yelling at each other over and over and over again for hours. When somebody's trying to talk and somebody comes out, no, fuck that, I'm right. No, dog, you a bitch. All that is hate porn.
Yeah, so that's never happened. That's never happened. That's never happened. But okay. you are in fact a bitch. And I don't point in that. Like if you doing bitch shit, you gonna be called.
That's serious. So sad, brother. That's so sad. But you know, it's cool because you the type of people we can't deal with. So it's all good.
What are you building sitting around talking about niggas in the hangout when you could have came to me and asked me about it and we'd have actually had the conversation you claimed.
I was talking about Nyla's channel. I wasn't talking about you. I mentioned your negativity. And some reason you psychologically internalized that I was mentioning only you. I was talking about the channel.
Internalize shit, you fucking moron. You said my name. Like, what the fuck? I know you got to do this.
Just because, look, this is how maturity works. Just because someone mentions you does not mean that they are attacking you or insulting you. Just because that's how maturity works. When we leave the hood and we start being more mature as a father, we don't get emotional like this. We don't get easily angered like this.
Right.
But go ahead, brother.
That's why I don't be up at 7:03 in the morning typing about niggas. Bitch ass nigga. That's why I don't be up at 7:03 a.m. when you type this shit with my name in it. Pussy ass nigga. You can keep talking and making it sound like you're right because you're calm, but you a bitch. You're gonna be calm. I'm not you. I'm not up mentioning your name at 7 a.m. I don't give a fuck about what you said about her. My name shouldn't be in it. And the fact that these niggas can't even say that is they lame. Because they should be able to say, well, damn, you didn't even know this man and you did say his name? No, you probably shouldn't have said his name. He really ain't got nothing to do with her channel. They should be telling you that. But you niggas corny. Why the fuck should I respect y'all?
We not asking for your respect. We know we know that you a person we can't move forward with. We know anybody that associates themselves with you is a detriment to the black community.
Respect you? Why should the community respect you? You're a liar. You're a fraud.
We're actually helping the community more than you are. You just a detriment. You're just a detriment to the community. Your whole purpose for the community is just to spread hate and negativity. That's it.
What are you doing in the community that you think is such a help? You niggas put some money in the community that you'd never be in? You think that means something? Thanks. We need your face. We need your feet on the ground. Come stand out here with me on this block.
Yeah, that's why I tutor kids. That's why I tutor kids, man. Tutoring kids is very important to me. You know, I'm at the Harlem Children's Zone.
Yeah, me too. I got 3 organizations.
I teach there on a regular consistent basis, so I make sure our kids are getting the getting a lot of good stuff. And I really like to focus more on young black males, but they're young females in there as well. But the kids are from 9 to 12 years of age. But very, very important age to kind of engage the kids with in learning, and I think that's critical. I think one of the issues that we have to be able to do is, as black men is be able to speak to each other, you know, in positively or in some kind of way where we can actually, you know, kind of get together on some things. I think a lot of times we're quick to go to the attack. I saw, you know, the whole shit after this so-called gender war kind of died out last year, if you will. And these women weren't trying to knock down the black manosphere. Then I saw black men going in on one another like crazy and talking all kind of craziness and, you know, threatening to beat each other up and all kind of, you know, just a lot of silliness. And we seem to have gotten past a great degree of that so far. We've gotten past some of that. And, you know, I certainly would not like to see that go back to that either. You know, how we can, you know, converse and get along a little better. It's okay. It's okay to be heated in debates or people get passionate. I think that's okay. But some of this negative energy talk and really talking to each other nastily is a different story. Because quite frankly, I know a lot of us say, well, we're going to call each other bitches and all that. But, you know, if you standing face to face to each other, you know, that probably won't happen. You know, guys probably won't.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing when face to face. Everybody knows that. No matter how would everybody. That's why name calling is like.
Everybody know it. Everybody know it's not cool to sit around and hangouts and talk about niggas who ain't there too, but your bitch ass did it. And so if you think I won't tell you I won't tell you that's some lame bitch shit to your face, keep thinking bro.
I'm quite sure you would, and then we'd be at it.
Right.
I'm quite sure you would. I mean, hey, it's practice. I feel you. It would be good boxing practice. I feel you. But my thing is,
yeah,
we don't go down that route. We don't go down that route because that's where the childishness is at.
Secret.
The reason you keep thinking just because you were mentioned about the conduct of the channel, that, dude, you're a negative dude. That's just a statement of fact. It's like saying you are a short dude or a tall dude or a dark dude. You're a negative dude.
I'm not negative, and I take exception to the statement. It's disrespectful.
Look, I respect that. Go ahead.
It's an attack on my character.
That's valid. That's valid. You know what? And in that sense, it's an attack on your character. You just made me realize it. I apologize. So I'm gonna end it on that. I was wrong. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna go back to that chat and say I was wrong about saying you was negative. No. As a mature dude, I need to do that for you, so that way you know that you were absolutely correct. And what I said, even bringing you into her chat. Matter of fact, as I think about it, you super right. I should have just spoke about the channel and its negativity, not picked you out. I recognize game now. No, I recognize game. You absolutely right about that. I was at fault for that. Go ahead, Taz.
And on that note, bro, I respect you for saying that. What we've said tonight, as far as I'm concerned, should be left here. The next time I talk to you, please don't mention anything that happened in this conversation, because with that, to me, you deaded it. It's dead to me, bro. I don't carry around shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, with all the back and forth and whatnot, yeah, it pissed me off because you wasn't getting that. To me, that's why I'm here. That was fucked up. You get that? I got it, bro. I respect the fact that you was man enough to say I shouldn't have did that. I'm cool with that, bro, and I respect you 100 for that.
Now, don't be mad because the video's posted, so don't get mad at that part. But I'm not going to speak about you ever again. Ever again. But don't be mad because the video's posted. Okay, so you understand that part of the game, right?
What video?
This video. We having a hangout. This is a live video.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I mean,
okay. I just don't want you to be surprised. You see the video is still up of us having our conversation.
Nah, because to me,
but after this, I guarantee your name will not be coming out of my mouth ever again.
But this is what I'm trying to make you understand, bro, with me, and how I even see Nyla's channel. Just because some shit happened, don't make it hate porn. To me, the realness is when niggas recognize the flaw, or they agree to disagree and can walk away amicable. You know what I'm saying? Because even after all the name calling, there is no hate. I'm cool.
Taz, here's the thing though, Taz. We took a lot of time trying to stop these last 4 before you came around. We've had the last 4 gender wars where black folks is insulting black folks. People,
I just want to.
I got you, Nagone. I just want to make this point to him.
Mm-hmm.
People have went out of their way on the female side and the male side to go behind the scenes and say, "Hey, stop insulting each other." Okay. When 2 popular YouTubers who got way more subscribers than me had an issue, one of those YouTubers came to me and say, "Hey man, this dude," and I said to him, "Hey, calm down, let that ride. We don't need that amongst black people. Black YouTube is bad enough. We don't need," and he let it go. So this is what we do behind the scenes. And the reason I call it hate porn is because it's only popular, not because it's helping black people, in my opinion, my only opinion. Other people might disagree with me. It's popular because on YouTube, things get popular when it's a train wreck. And the more that it's a train wreck, it makes black people look bad. White people start subscribing. Indian people start subscribing. All these subscribers sometimes is not what you think it is. You got people who got 900,000 subscribers barely get $3,000 a month in AdSense money. That's how the YouTube game really works. There's people on here trying to pay their rent,
bro. Ain't nobody else doing. Ain't nobody else doing no shows and bringing black men on and letting them talk about fatherhood. Ain't nobody else doing it.
We've done several shows. BGS has done it. O'Shea has done it. I have done it. Edward have done it. You late to the game.
I don't know them, bro. And apparently,
I just wanted to ask. Hey Taz, I just wanted to ask you.
Go ahead.
How long? And this is just a general question for my own information because I don't know. How long have you been involved kind of in this YouTube kind of hangout game and all this? Is this something new to you? You've been around for a bit, or I don't know.
I started watching actual YouTube videos and shit a few months ago, and then I joined Nyla's Patreon, and on her Patreon it has where you can go on her panels. And so one day they was having a discussion about Colin Kaepernick, and I ended up on a panel talking about that, and that with the people that were in the chat box was asking me what my channel was and telling me to make one and blah blah blah. And so
gotcha. I'm following.
I ignored it for a little bit, but I eventually made one. You know what I'm saying? I never really aspired to be a YouTuber, but I got a Facebook that I always get blocked from. Every fucking 30 days I'm knocked off of it. And so here lately, instead of posting on Facebook, I just been posting on here.
Okay, I got you. Only reason why I say that because I know Q been on YouTube 10 years or so, and he's been around. He had many channels, and I guess part of where he's coming from and how I see it because I've been in and out of YouTube and on this since 2009, and I've seen these gender wars, bro. Let me tell you, man, you kind of coming in when things I would say are a little bit more on the calm side, but shit was on and cracking for the last 2 years, on and cracking. And I'm talking about you had sisters up in here talking about black men. We hate black men, and if you have a black baby, a black baby, and he's a male baby, abort that motherfucker. This kind of talk has been going on up in here. Believe it or not, I know this may be hard for you to believe, but man, if you was around these streets for since that time, you would have heard.
I remember that shit.
You would have heard some crazy shit.
Yeah,
now, Taz, I'm talking about shit that would make you fucking angry. Because I know you, because you talking like you a father and you have children and you raising a family. Seems like to me, seems like you doing the right things. All that. This shit would be an affront. It'd be a front to you, bro. It'd be a real affront to you. I just want to finish. I just want to finish up.
Shut up, bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you think. Shut up, bitch. That's what I told her. I don't give a fuck about that shit. What a bitch say, bro. That shit don't.
No. I mean, they're saying this on video, so they were saying this on videos, not even saying that you were even there to respond to it.
Oh yeah.
They make it, and then it filters through the you get these other women buying on this real crazy shit, bro. Real crazy shit. Now, guys like Q and them, he's been around 10 years. He had channels where he had 40, 50,000 subscribers before. So he's been around. He's seen these gender wars go down and all the shit that has happened. And there's been it's been a lot of negativity, man. And to try to put it on a positive angle has taken a while. So we've kind of got it there, and it's it's been kind of a rough road, but certainly, we want to, people. I know brothers who are still into this want to have things operate in a certain kind of way. So I hear where you're coming from on your passion side. Understand where he's coming from as well. It's good that you guys are kind of building here right now. I think that's good. But yeah, there's a lot of history here, my brother. A lot of history.
Yeah, and you know what? He just doesn't understand the history. I understand.
There's a lot of No. I'm saying he's not knowledgeable of it.
Yeah, he's not knowledgeable on the history.
And he sounds like a passionate dude. Straight up, he sounds passionate, man.
Well, it's the same thing that happened to Amiri when Amiri was really going in on brothers, and then he critiqued the sisters one time, and then they bashed the hell out of him.
I mean,
Amiri would come on BGS channel, O'Shea channel, and go in with the brothers and speak.
What about his fakes? They've been going on him on his
look, they done disrespected the hell out this dude. And my point is,
you do understand the
and my point is I'm gonna let you get in, Taz. My fault. You were supposed to speak, but my thing is when we do address the Nylas and the Cynthias of the world, where's your protection for the brother? You happy when the brothers out here attacking other brothers, and some of us brothers take it on the chin, some of us don't. But then the sisters attack the brother, and y'all don't say nothing to your fellow sisters about attacking this dude who was just your champion. And that's another thing about the history of YouTube. And this goes to Taz's point. If we can't address these ladies about what we consider bringing back that hate that we worked so hard to stop,
it's true.
Then who's going to address the females attacking dudes? Is it Taz? I would love for Taz to do something, and I'm about to let you speak, Taz. I would love to do for Taz to finally be in Nyla's chat room and say, anytime somebody say something disrespectful about dudes, for Taz to say, if he chooses to, well, when are the women going to start speaking about women, black women who are letting the white women dominate them? It's one thing to say black men are not building or black men are allowing white men to dominate them, but we say that every week. When are you ladies going to sit up here and have a true conversation so we really can move forward? Because yes, some dudes are out of pocket. Me and Taz agree. But who's telling these women stop attacking Amiri? Who's telling these women stop inventing words like pick me so you can insult women who love black men? Who's going to tell these women stop trying to bring this gender war back and just deal with you women over there, and we'll deal with us men over here the way Taz suggested. Taz, go ahead. You got the mic, man. And then MOT, and then I gotta do a report.
I learned that word pick me from Nyla, though. I never knew what that was till
women invented it, Taz, to disrespect black women who love black men.
Right, and they were calling Nyla that, and that's where I learned the word from. And so, like I said, because I don't disagree, but I've heard Cynthia respond to that question already about why about white women dominating black women.
Oh yeah, she made 2 videos. Out of the several hundred about brothers, yeah, she made 2 videos about that.
Just in that mission, bro, I've never watched one of her videos. I've been on panels with her. I've agreed, I've disagreed, bro. I ain't never watched one of her videos. Just to be 100% honest. And to be honest, there's no reason I don't agree with her understanding of what black men are doing. So in that disagreement, though, I don't feel like there's a need to beat her down. I think she's one of those women who want to take a lead role because she feels like we haven't. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think we are behind on some of our leadership qualities. And so some of what she's saying, I do agree with. But the bashing aspect of it does not bother me at all. I kind of just peel back that shit. And maybe it's because I'm a basher myself. You know what I'm saying? The words she's saying don't have any effect on me. And so like with Amiri, I feel like y'all broke Amiri. I think y'all niggas broke Amiri.
No, we didn't.
Let me finish. It wasn't what the women was saying. It's the type of a pressure that was being applied to him that you're trying to apply to me now.
That's true. That's true. Because we want you to be balanced.
This is the 15th time I've heard this. And so
because we want you to be balanced.
But you're not going to break me. I'm not Amiri.
I get it. I get it.
I'm not him. Now, he might have had to change what he was feeling because he felt like black women didn't support him. But keep in mind, I'll just say, fuck that bitch. See, that's the difference. He came through the door with this queen goddess shit. Nah, nigga. I done already called a few women bitches for trying that shit with me. There will be no change. This is who I am. So please don't compare me to niggas who switch their modus operandi to get money on this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about none of that. This is me for real. You know what I'm saying? I agree with some shit and I'm gonna disagree with some shit. But I don't feel like niggas need protection. And that shit bothers me. This concept of, well, what you gonna do to help us then, Cynthia? I don't like that, bruh. I feel like that make us sound weak. I feel like most of the argument that she's making is so circular that any man that gets into it is going to almost have to admit that we are dominated on most levels. That's how circular her argument is. So you have to get her outside of that, and most niggas just can't. They fall into it, and then it looks like she just shitting on that nigga because he has to admit, yes, we're dominated. So to me, why are you having this conversation with a woman? I don't want to hear that shit.
Okay, and so here's the question, just to be clear. Should you, when we have a conversation with a woman, it's because we're a community. So that's why we have conversations with women, because it's a community.
I don't think we should have conversations about leadership and what a man is and what a man should be doing with women. Our understanding of
we don't initiate those conversations.
Right, but what I'm saying is you shouldn't even partake in it. Her words should go in one ear and out the other.
Okay, so what you're saying is
there's nothing to take from it.
Okay, I get you. So what you're saying is, and I partially agree. Let me just be fair. I partially agree because I tell people on my Wolf channel ignore a lot of stuff. But what you're saying is that the black boys who watch this stuff should be, and to your point, they shouldn't watch it. They should turn to something else. But you're saying they should just accept being attacked by these type of women, let it go in one ear out the other, and at the same time not have anger toward what they're hearing, which I totally agree. It's a hard thing to do, but I totally agree. And then still try to, as a boy or a man or a black son, feel like you part of a community. That's what you're saying.
I feel like the way we ostracize each other on so many other levels, I don't think that that's adding much to it.
Wow.
As a black man who created a YouTube channel and simply told people about a few of my experiences, that got me being called a felon, a inmate, a nigga in prison that got raped, and all this other shit that's negative about me. So you can say she's putting this negative shit out here, but keep in mind, you're talking to somebody who was only on this motherfucker a couple days, and as soon as I told my story, niggas start shooting negative shit at me about what I told them about myself.
And they was wrong for that.
But I'm just saying, as long as that's happening, you can't expect me to then look across the aisle and try to tell a woman she shouldn't do what I know these niggas doing, bruh.
I got that part. Like I said, I partially agree with you. My only thing is, as a brother who tries to help other brothers and other people, other black people, I'm totally black first. I'm not topic first. I'm not any of that stuff first, which is another reason why I apologize to you. I'm black first. And in order to be black first, you got to take lumps. In order to help your son and your daughter, Taz's son and daughter, because your child might grow up and come to me for a job or something. And I got to be in a position to pull them in because the W's is only pulling in they folks. The Asians is only pulling in they folks. And my point about that channel, not you, because I corrected myself. My point about that channel, if that channel wants to pretend to be about solutions and empowering our people, the insults got to tone down. You say you don't see it. I acknowledge that too. Taz, I want to give you the last thing because I got to let everybody else speak, and we're going to head close out because I got to do this report for my employees.
All right.
It's on you, Taz.
Oh, well, yeah, man. Like I said, I felt slighted by the shit this morning, man.
And I was wrong.
But you know what I'm saying, to have a conversation about it, you know what I mean? Like I said, I know this is how I carry myself, dog. This is me. You know what I'm saying? And so on some real shit, it don't have to be like this, but I'm telling you, bro, if you got something to say to me, man, just say it to me, and it'll always be a respectful level. You know what I'm saying? But once it's something else, it's something else. And for me, I felt like I came in on something else. And so no matter how you might perceive me to be, I'm approachable and I'm regular. And my background is a little bit different than some of y'all. I'm from the block. I've been
or a lot like some of us.
and if that's the case, I feel like some of the judgment should stop. Some of the way I talk, because even if I do say bitch ass nigga, you know that's the same thing as saying you're an idiot, because all insults weigh the same to me, and most of my people think like that. No insult is worse than the other. So when you say the more intellectual brothers, keep in mind, bro, you talking to somebody who's listening to you. So that for me is an insult. You're not a more intellectual brother. You know what I mean? And so just keep in mind, even the light insults are just as heavy to me. There is no such thing as punch and salt. And so on that note, I'm just glad we got to that point where we could say, cool, shake hands, walk away, and tomorrow this shit don't exist. I'm glad that
all to the good. It's all to the good. Appreciate your time, Taz. Glad we can have a conversation. You know, I would have had it with you when we was on it, but for whatever reason, those people over there are kings of the block. So I don't know why we weren't able to have that conversation, because even after we talked about the Washington Post, the powers that be over there kicked me off the chat. And see, to me, as a closing argument to you, Taz, when we trying to build and we're telling people we can't speak unless we agree with each other, when we and you know what, those people run they channels the way they run it, because I don't know, maybe that person over there, maybe she's trying to pay rent. I don't know. But if we're really trying to say that we're trying to help our people, we need to have real conversations and get real information. And like you and I dug into the details about private prisons, even though we still don't agree, at least the people get to hear what both of us thought. And she's over there, to me, blocking people, picking people that really don't know nothing, yet claiming that they about the community. That's her speed. I said what I said today. I'm through with it. I'm going to ignore whatever happens on that channel moving forward. If she brings back the gender war, which I believe her and Cynthia will, because it just takes a little stuff to start these dudes into being upset again. I just think her and Cynthia are working hard to bring back more of this infighting online, and I think she's going to be successful at it. So that's my closing thing to you. Much love to you, Taz. Glad you could come on. Glad we can do our thing. Nagone. Oh no, MOT's been waiting for a while. Nagone. I'm gonna end with you, Nagone. MOT, do not say anything disrespectful about Taz, please. That is over with.
Let him say what he
No. We are not the Nyla Show. We do not insult.
But I don't know him, bro. I don't know him. So
I know. Just let me say what I'm saying to him. MOT, do not mention Taz at all, bro.
If you got an issue, bro, I'd like to hash it out. If you got an issue, my nigga, you need to get at me. Other than that,
he ain't got no issue. MOT.
Right, so other than that, that's
don't disrespect my platform. MOT. Do not say nothing about Taz. Give me your final thoughts, MOT. I'm sorry to have you wait.
Hey, I thank everybody for coming out. So, having this discussion, it was very empowering. Look at him, man. It's very good conversation for everybody to have. So that's all I got.
Classy, I appreciate it because I do not want to be like Nyla over there insulting people. Nagone, give us your final thoughts as we end the show, brother. Do not. I don't have to tell you.
No. You
don't
need
have to tell you. My fault.
You need some of that. All right. Certainly. MOT, Taz, Wolf, man. Thanks for letting me jump up in here real quick, man. I came in kind of late. I was with Obsidian, so I didn't really know what was happening here. Too tough. But anyway, I'm just saying I think it's communication very important here. We definitely have to sit down and we can hash things out. I think brothers can talk, and talk sensibly. Taz, I have to say I don't know you, so I can't say that I do. I just was listening to you before, and you were going kind of hard, so I just wanted to find out what was going on with that. But you've made some things clear. I think I've got a better sense actually of who you are. You talked about some of the things that affected you in your life, where you've had some different experiences, and that's significant, man. That's significant. People making fun of you in that regard. Well, I can't support that either, man. I can't.
All right, so we ending the show.
I'm sorry. I can't support some of that either. But anyway, like I said, very important that we speak together. Very key, very critical that we build. And the only thing I'm saying is good conversation. I really like the way you kind of close it up there. Q, Taz, man, much respect to you. Man, MOT, he's my brother, and I will get with you brothers at a later time and a later date.
Hey, right. and MOT about that business thing with the 150,000 for the guy with the website. That kind of fell through, man. We're gonna have to talk about that because I might have to go the route with your brother to get that done. So, because the more I talked about that, the more he kind of fell off, and I'm gonna reach back to you about that because that's what I said to him about. I said, dude, what are we doing with the 150? And he couldn't really explain it, and then we had to go into a long meeting about that. And then I brought up some of the points you brought up, so we got to talk about that. Let me address this chat room disrespect. Nobody's being passive aggressive, lady. You claim that you're about our people. Nobody's trying to get on your thing. It's not that. We don't want the gender war to come back. We don't, because there's some young dudes out there who go off of what you and Cynthia do, and they get triggered. And if you really about our community as a new person to YouTube, that might have worked on Facebook, but as a new person to YouTube, what we're saying is, hey, calm that down. About emailing you, I don't have your email, lady. I don't have your email, and I tried to look for your email on your about. It's not on there. So let's keep that clear. You don't have your email attached to your Google Plus. Let me say it again, because you always say something about email. You don't have your email attached to your Google Plus. So there is no just email you. That's a lie within itself. You are free to do whatever it is that you do. What we're saying is don't bring back this insulting black dudes. Don't bring back this infighting because we did a lot to squash that nonsense. And you talking about new money.
What are you doing now, though, bro?
Wait. I'm not talking to you, Taz.
Angry Man is live right now talking about black women. What are you doing about that part of the gender war?
What are we doing about Angry Man? Once again, Angry Man was on O'Shea's. Angry Man tried to go back to his own situation. Angry Man went over to BGS. That's who Angry Man is. Nagone will tell you there's stuff I don't like about Obsidian. Wait, I'm answering your question. Nagone will tell you there's stuff I don't like about Obsidian. But I know who Obsidian is. So neither Obsidian nor Angry Man tries to pretend that they trying to help the community. They don't say that. Nyla does. So that's why I'm making the difference.
Right, but
she pretends that she tries to help the community.
They block people on their platforms who tell them that, though,
because that's who they are, and that's what we're trying to say. We can't control YouTube. We can't control Nyla's channel. We making a suggestion that.
But I don't see how her helping black people.
I'm not going to go back over there. All I'm going to stick with the angry man point. Angry man, what are you doing to build up people? Or are you trying to make money? We've all,
and I could present the argument that Nyla's channel is building up people. I can make that argument.
Well, if that's what you feel, God bless you. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, brother.
But I can make it for Nyla.
No, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. But when you're partnering up with Cynthia and we got the insults over there, Cynthia wants the destruction of our people. You don't realize it, but that's what Cynthia wants. She works hard for that.
I don't agree, man.
Let me tell you about Seattle women. Seattle women don't like black men at all. I've lived in Seattle. That was home base when I lived overseas for 4 years. I always came back to my condo in Seattle.
Have you ever asked her? Have you ever talked to her?
We've had a one-on-one conversation on O'Shea show when he turned off the show. And every question she wanted answered, when she keeps claiming that nobody answers her questions, I went detail for detail and answered those questions. She kept repeating the same thing. Wait, let me answer your question. She kept repeating the same thing, and I said, you don't want to accept the answer. The answer is Cynthia. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
That's
maybe I don't understand.
Bro. I'm just asking, have you ever asked her, do she hate black men? Because I asked her that question straight up. Dude, what?
Yes, I have asked her that, and she said no.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what she said.
But what she says and what she does is totally different. If you're about our people, you need to also, if you're a balanced person, to me, Taz, talk about the women who work with white women against hiring black men. Taz, you know that exists, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I don't disagree with that.
She nor Nyla mentions that at all. That's what I mean by balance. That's what I mean by balance, brother. Okay, I get that. I get you. You are defending Nyla. I get that. But my point I'm trying to say to you is,
but I can show you the video. Is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not just defending it to defend it. I'm telling you the content is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you saying don't support what she does. It's not a defense. It's an accurate depiction of what you're misrepresenting, bruh.
Okay, what's the name of the video that you're talking about?
She's got a video on the white bitch on Capitol Hill. It's multiple. I'm saying it's multiple videos.
And it's about it's about what black women do, right?
No, it's about what white women do.
No, sir. Sir, I'm maybe we are talking two different things. I'm going to acknowledge maybe she herself said something about white women. I'm going to acknowledge that maybe that happened. My question to you is, when our women are over there telling black dudes and try to trigger black dudes to argue, when they're over there bashing black men, maybe they should spend time talking to their fellow black woman, is what I said, about how the black woman is working with the white woman and many times against the black man. Does Nyla have a video about black women working with the white woman against black men, getting hired and stuff goes on? In
that concept, I don't believe I've seen one.
So since you're on her channel, my king, since you're on her channel, ask that she be more balanced and have those conversations. And when she starts getting attacked by women for having those conversations, being balanced, when she's no longer
but I'm telling you that's what happened. That's why she made the video about them calling her a pick-me.
Okay, I got it. And I'm gonna acknowledge maybe it happens. Okay. I just want to move forward. Maybe I'm gonna take it off of her because obviously you got answers for her. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, like I say, the videos are there though.
I'm probably wrong about Nyla. I want to move on.
Now the
probably wrong about
video's
9.
there, bro, and it's on her Patreon, bro. She speaks highly of black people. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't expect
Bashing. Okay, go ahead, bro. She speaks
I'm
highly
just
of
saying you
black
can't
people.
expect people to you can't expect people to respond nicely to attacks, but her channel, bro, I was on her channel as a father. She brought me on as a father to speak on fatherhood from a black man perspective. You saying y'all have done that, so you should know the value in that. I don't see how you laying out a premise of anything other than that if you can't directly show me something I may have missed that she's done. If it's something I missed, I'll say that. But I'm saying what I see, bro, that don't equate to what you're talking about.
All right. So, like I said, Nyla's probably over there uplifting brothers. I just don't see it. So maybe I need to look better. Nyla is over there holding black women accountable. You said, Taz, that those videos exist. I'm going to have my team look on those videos and try to find where Nyla is speaking about black women working with white women. I want to see where Nyla is speaking about.
Yeah, matter of fact, check out the Kamala Harris video. That's one.
I will do that. I'm gonna check out that. And I'm gonna check out the political video while I'm at work tomorrow. While I'm at my office, I'm gonna sit up here and play that because I want to hear this person that you said is fighting for the black man against the black women who keep creating this content. Because when I see her bond with Cynthia G, the main aggressor of black dysfunction here on YouTube, along with Chrissy, I don't understand how people can just focus on black men. It just creates too much hate. And then you get these, and mind you, this whole time, Taz, I done let her people rock in my chat room. I haven't blocked not one of them, okay? Because we don't do that over here with the guys. We let people speak. We let people speak. And that's where the problem really is that I just wish our women would stop attacking men so much. I think that's the whole part of it. It has nothing to do with creative control, Nyla. I wish our women would stop attacking men so much because it's triggering these little young dudes who hate their mom. And then it's creating this whole division all over again.
That's where we disagree, man. I don't think Nyla or Cynthia has as much control over the young male mind as you're making it sound. If anybody would, it would be a man's voice.
No, that isn't how it works, sir.
It would be the voice of an angry man.
You got to ask,
not a woman.
No, it doesn't work like that. Psychology doesn't work like that. These young black dudes was raised by women. These young black dudes was told by many mothers, not all, hey, hate the father. A lot of these dudes was taught that. And when these dudes get older, these dudes hate their mother and they hate women. I got 67 dudes that's part of my counseling program, bruh. Married dudes and not married dudes. And over 75% of those dudes had issues with their mom. And I've got them to a point, Taz, where I've calmed them down so much to make them realize it ain't really the black woman that you're mad at. It's the fact you didn't like how your mom treated you. You didn't like how the world treats men. And in order to fix that, you just got to remove yourself from a lot of female energy. There's a lot of dudes that hate their mom, Taz. So when they see a Cynthia G, black men, and they see Nyla right there with her, maybe Nyla not saying nothing, but they see her right there with her, these dudes get triggered. You can't stop it all. I agree, Taz. But the point is that we don't want to start it back to the way it was, bro. In 2007, YouTube was peaceful. Black folks was working together. Black folks was sharing information. And then along came these women attacking dudes right and left till a woman named Statuous One came forward and said, why are you constantly attacking brothers? Then Sergeant Willie P came along attacking sisters. Then Sarge came along attacking sisters. Now, mind you, they attacking sisters back because all they hearing for a year is black men ain't shit. Same thing Madame Noir does. So that's the whole thing that we say. And Renaissance Woman, look, check this out. Yelling at people. Matter of fact, let me be quiet. What y'all do over there is what y'all do. I done said what I said here. I done spoke to Taz. It's what it is. If y'all get 100,000 subscribers, cool. But just remember, some of those is white people. That's all my point that I'm making here. You, Nyla, Renaissance, all the people. Some of these people are white people that are part of your subs. Some of them are Indian. Don't do all this fighting and insults.
Right, but until you stop Tommy, until you stop angry, man, bro, your voice is cute, bro. You're not saying nothing.
So you say until I stop them, we should just let it roll as a community, right? I'm
not saying you should just let it roll as a community. I'm saying you have no place to tell some new motherfuckers. They're not even as popular as these other guys. The men are more popular. So it's like stop the nigga who's doing 4,500 people in the chat. I'm doing 4,500 live right here on the spot. Like I just don't see the argument that the women are the threat.
Yeah, we never said threat, but I hear you, bro. I hear you. All right, so thank you, everybody. Hopefully, some of my fans can learn something from this, man. We have to decide which lane we're gonna be in, because as Black people, we are all entitled to what we feel and what we believe. But for those of us who are trying to put our situation on the line and trying to help our people, we can't always unite with everybody who is like, fuck it. The whole fuck it crowd, we can't, we just can't unite with that. And until the fuck it crowd understands that they can't have a fuck it mentality when there's money on the line and time given back on the line, our people are going to continue this back and forth hate. And I hope Black YouTube does not get back to the point, because it took a lot of work behind the scenes to stop a lot of this stuff. And it just seems like we have a lot of our ladies who are systematically trying very hard to disrespect females, Black women who love Black men, and disrespect Black men, but not spend the same amount of time, as Taz suggested, where women should talk to women about supremacy. They're not doing what Taz suggests. Women are not talking to women about supremacy. They're wasting all their time talking about what Black men should be doing against supremacy. And that's my point. God bless to everybody. And like I said, everybody got a chance to say what they need to say in the chat room. We don't block over here. And that's what it is. God bless everybody. Peace out.
All right, bro.